Oh, I yes, that's Kahoot. That'll be for sec one math. Oh, oh, sec two math first, then after which we will start sec one math around 8 o'clock. Let's see the first question. The worksheet you can get from our link in the bio, and then you download the worksheet. Problem? We'll start at 7 p.m. Sec 2 math will be from 7 p.m. to around 8 p.m. Then after which we will continue with Sec 1 math at around 8 to 9. Okay, so let's look at question 1. Those who are here, do try question 1. And if you have tried question 1, you feel free to send in your answer via the chat. Question 1 is regarding proportion. You can try question 1 already? Okay. Ten workers can build a wall in 12 days. How many workers are needed if the wall is to be built in 9 days? So you can see that it has to be completed with a shorter duration. If it's shorter duration means you need more workers or fewer workers. In these two circumstances, no difference to the quantity. There's only one wall. Okay. Hello. Question quite similar to what you have learned in primary school. Question 1. see you here. Anyone tried question 1? That's correct. Okay, so 20 is the answer. So they say 15 workers will take 12 days with one wall. So if there's only one worker will definitely need more days to build one wall. So 15 times 12. You always assume that the worker work at the same rate. One worker will need 180 days to build one wall. Okay? Then for you to build a wall in 9 days, 180 divided by the number of days. So you need 20 workers. So take note of the question here. They ask for how many workers. Sometimes the question can be a little bit tricky. Then they'll ask how many more workers are needed. So if you see how many more, then you minus away 15. Okay, well done. I see a lot of correct answers here. For those who are done, can move on to question 2. Question 2. Assume that all of them have the same strength and they work at the same speed. Hour is not correct. You can try again. That's not relevant to the question. The question didn't mention as well. So we do not know what's their pay like. Every day in a warehouse, 6 men load onto lorries some boxes and they take 2 hours to do it. On a certain day, 2 men were absent. How many hours does it take for the remaining men to load the boxes? Why your duration getting lesser and lesser? When there is fewer men, then they will need more time, right? So cannot be less than 2 hours ma, because 6 men already take 2 hours. Yep, 3 hours is the correct answer. Oh, okay. So every day in a warehouse, 6 men load onto the lorry some boxes and they take 2 hours to do it. So on a certain day, 2 men were absent. Calculate how many hours does it take for the remaining men. So you have to find the number of remaining men as well. Okay. So 6 men will take 2 hours. If there's only one man, this one man will take 12 hours. Okay. To load the same number of boxes. And when 2 men are absent, the number of men left. So now there's only 4 men. Okay, so if there's only 4 men, we take 12 hours divided by 4. It will take 3 hours. So the remaining men will take 3 hours to load the boxes. 3 is correct. So then please move on to question 3. Y varies inversely as a cube of x. So this will be x cubed. Find the percentage decrease in y where the value of x is doubled. It's inverse proportion here. Always find the constant first. Secondary school, all levels can use a calculator for math. Asking for the percentage decrease. Point 0.5% is not the decrease. When they varies inversely, the formula is y equals to k over x, where your capital Y is this, capital X is this. So you can let y equals to k over x cubed, where k is a constant. I see a correct answer here. So your value of k is just k since it's a constant, there's no changes. Then when x is double, the new value of x will be x. Okay, so replace your x with 2x, means your y will be over 2x, the whole thing cubed, which is k over 8x cubed. So this is like your new value of y. When they say it's a percentage decrease, means the old value is greater than the new value. So the percentage decrease in y will be you take the old value minus the new value. Always divide by the original times 100%. So this part here, right, is like 1 whole of k over x cubed minus 1 over 8 of k over x cubed. Means you will be left with 7 over 8 k over x cubed. And divide by k over x cubed times 100%. So this is the common factor. You can cancel. Common math will be later on at 8 p.m., around 8 p.m. So 7 over 8 times 100%, we have 87.5%. This is step 2 math. YS, you're in P5 or P6? And move on to question 4. Oh, okay. PSLE soon. Is it? It's like around September, right? All the best for your PSLE. So then can move on to question 4. Have stationery with you right now. P is inversely proportional to Q cube. It is known that P equals to 2 for a particular value of Q. Find the value of P when this particular value of Q increased by 200%. So what does this mean? When Q is increased by 200%, what is the new value of Q? New value of Q is how many times the old value of Q? Anyone? No, it's not 2Q because it's increased by 200%, not increased to 200%. Yes, it will be 300% of the old value of Q. That's why it's 3 times. Okay? So same thing, we apply the inverse proportion formula. So we let P equals to K over Q cube, where K is a constant. Yep, 3Q is correct. So they tell you when P equals to 2, we can let the particular value of Q be Q1. So 2 equals to K over Q1 cube. We can leave our value of K in terms of this Q here. So K equals to 2 Q1 cube. Okay, so we substitute this value of K back to the original equation, means P equals to 2 Q1 cube over Q cube. Yep, 2 over 27 is correct. So when 2 increase by 200%, the new value of Q will be 3Q1 because 3 times. Okay? When Q equals to 3Q1, P will be equals to 2Q1 cube over 3Q1, the whole thing cube. 3 cube is 27, then I have Q1 cube. So I can cancel the same factor, means I'm left with 2 over 27. So my value of P is 2 over 27 when Q increased by 200%. Any questions so far? So then can go move on to question 5. Sorry. What do you mean by why you do the Q? Which part? Value? Which value? Sorry, I don't understand your question. They say when the value of Q increased by 200% means it's 3 times of the original value of Q. So we let the original value of Q be Q1. So after increase by 200%, the value of Q will become 3 times Q1. Yeah. You then can take some time to try this question. Question 5. Five is on congruent triangles. Congruent means they are exactly the same triangle. Same size. Same size throughout lah. Yeah, technically. Same size, same shape. So for triangle, there's 3 sides, means their corresponding sides will have the same length. And their corresponding angles will have the same size also. And usually the question when they tell you that this triangle is congruent to this triangle, their corresponding points must correspond to. So A will correspond to D, B will correspond to B, and C will correspond to E. Okay, so AC is 13 cm, BC is 5 cm, DB is 12 cm. Find the length of DE. So you can see from here, DE will correspond to the length AC. So DE equals to AC equals to 13 cm. So AE, you can see from here, AE is not part of any side of the triangle. But for us to find AE, we can actually take AB minus DE, which these two are a side of the triangle. But AB and BE, we do not have the length, so we have to use the corresponding side of the congruent triangle to help us. So AB is the first two letters, so it will correspond to DB. Then BE is the last two letters, so it will correspond to BC. So we have the length DB, DB is 12 cm, BC is 5 cm. With that, we can find the length AE, which is 7 cm. Those who are done with question 5, we can take a 5-minute break here before we continue with the remaining questions. Those are here. Do try question 6. Milo kosong peng. It makes me feel like I want to drink Milo now. Okay, my favorite drink is Milo. I the figure missing. Hold on. It's your real name, right? I mean, I don't think it's your real name. Obviously. Okay, for question 6, right? The figure is missing, so y'all can try to do it. Else, if not, y'all can skip as doesn't matter. Because even without the figure, we can just look at the alphabets to help us. So the length AB will correspond to the length EB. So then we have AC here. So AC is this. DE is this too. Okay, so this AC over DE will give us the ratio. Okay. So using the information that's given, we want to find AB, right? So AB over AB correspond to EB equals to, from the same triangle, we must use the triangle that we use for the length AB. So it will be AC over EB. B, we do not have the figure. EB is 8 cm. Equals to AC is 15 over ED, which is 6. So with this, we can find the value of AB. What do you mean why you are alone? I think the rest is just very quiet. Anyone done with this question? What do you get for AB? Anyone, what's the answer for AB? draw the triangle out for you. We have A, C, and D. Be the equal angle. I can't read that. What language is that? So AB is 5 over 6, sorry, 15 over 6, then you times 8. You should get 20 cm here. Oh no, I can't read Japanese at all. We move on to question 7. We'll try question 7, and then if you're done, send in your answer. You are alone typing, but there's still other people here. They're just not answering me. Is anyone trying question 7? It's on similar triangles, and they already tell you which two triangles are similar. Okay, correct. Part A is 8 cm. Well done. They tell you that triangle ABE and triangle DCE are similar. Find the length of CE. So CE will correspond to BE. So CE over BE. And then from this triangle CE, we will use this side, as this side has the length. It will be DE. So DE will correspond to AE. It's the jasmine green tea. The polka one. I like the polka one more. So CE over BE. BE is 4. DE is 6 over AE is 3. Therefore, CE equals to 2 times 4, 8 cm. This is Sec 2 math. Around 8 o'clock, we will be working on Sec 1 math. Thank you for sharing. Sec 1 math, there'll be a Kahoot. Part B, find the line of AB. So AB will correspond to DC equals to AE over DE. So AB over DC, DC is 10 cm, AE is 3, and then DE is 6. So AB equals to half times 10, which will give us 5 cm. I don't teach P3 for now. I do know how to teach P3. You are in P3 now? You are P5 only, ah? I thought you are in Sec 2. Question 8. Do try question 8. The map skill question. Map A is drawn to a scale of 1 is to 500,000. Find the line in cm on the route on the map if it is 17 kilometer long. Map to actual. 1 cm will represent 500,000 cm, which is equivalent to 5 kilometer. You can convert them one by one. So 500,000 cm equals to 5,000 meter, then it's equals to 5 kilometer. Okay, so if it's 17 kilometer, how many cm is it? So 17 kilometer would be, you take 17 divided by 5. Okay, so the length for a route goes to 3.4. Yes, that's right. Hi, YS. You're back. I still got one more question, question 9. B, on the map, the area representing the lake is 30 centimeters square. Calculate the actual area of the lake, giving your answer in kilometer square. Same thing, map to actual. So 1 cm is representing 5 kilometer. So 1 centimeter square will be, you have to square the whole thing. 5 kilometer times 5 kilometer. 25 kilometer square. Right? Then if you're looking at 30, you just multiply by 30 throughout. So 25 times 30 over 150 kilometer square. So the actual area the lake is 750. Yep, that's. I was wondering who's octopus. This Kahoot today, but later. It's for Sec 1 math, not for Sec 2 math. Now triangle PQR. P2 is 24 cm, QR is 25 cm, and angle PQ is 90 degrees. Angle PMR is also 90 degrees, and M is a point on QR such that PM is perpendicular to QR. Calculate the length PR. So we can see that it's in a right angle triangle. So we can use Pythagoras theorem. Based on Pythagoras theorem, PR square plus PQ square equals to QR square. PR square equals to QR square, 25 square minus 24 square. We get 49. So PR is square root of 49, 7 cm. This is Sec 2. Slower. You're having your dinner now? So late. Part B. So with that, we can find the area of triangle PQR. Half times base times height. Now it's Sec 2 math. Later is Sec 1 math. After we finish this question, take a break, then we'll move on to Sec 1 math, and then we'll end with Kahoot. Calculate the length of QM. So QM is here. We can find the length of PM using area of triangle. Half times another base is 25 cm. If the base is 25 cm, the height is PM, and it will give us the same area. Okay, so with that, we can take 84 times 2 divided by 25 to find the length PM, which will give us 6.72 cm. Okay, so with this length, right, we can use Pythagoras theorem to find the length QM. Pythagoras theorem qm squared plus pm squared equals to pq squared. Qm squared equals to 24 squared minus 6.72 squared. So to find Qm, you square root. So that's all for Set 2 math. A short break first before we move on to Sec 1 math, because I need to use the washroom. Stay tuned for the giveaway later. Be right back. you hear me? Okay. Let me see. Okay. You can take a look at the first question and then try the first question. Send in your answers when you are done. Oops, sorry. Okay. Can see the first question now? Oh, we start already. I start at 8. So you all try first question, then when you are done, please send in your answer. How come your brain is not working now? Is it too late? I'm waiting for answers. Has anyone tried question 1? The screen shows quite different from my iPad. Oh, okay, it's okay. It's okay on the phone. What's the answer for part A? Sure, you can give it a try. In the diagram below, BCDE and FGH are parallel lines. ACF and ADG are straight lines. Angle CAD equals to 27 degrees and angle ACD is 50 degrees. Stating up appropriate reasons in your working, calculate angle EDG. So angle EDG, this angle here. So this angle here technically is this angle, right? Which you'll be applying vertically opposite angle, and then to find that angle, you'll be using sum of angles in a triangle. CDG is not 27. Yes, 103 is correct. That's for part A. So 180 degrees minus 50 degrees minus 27 degree, you get 103 degree. So in secondary levels, right, you have to write down the properties that you have used. Unlike primary school. Primary school, you don't have to write the reasonings. So you applied sum of angles in a triangle here, and also vertically opposite angles. Part B, CDG, this angle here. So there's two methods to part B. You can either use angles on straight line, or you can use exterior angle. If you take 180 degree minus 103 degrees that you have found in part A, then it will be angles on straight line. You get 77 degrees. Else, if you are using exterior angle, then the working will be 50 plus 27. Yep, 77 is correct. Lastly, they're asking for this angle here. Okay, so angle DGF equals to angle EDG, which is part A. If you're referring to part A, then it will be alternate angles. And then list the parallel lines. HF parallel to EB. Okay, else you can also use corresponding angle. Corresponding angle will be angle BDA or CDA. Okay, for those who are done, can move on to question 2. Are you trying question 2? Yes, B is 145. Who? You're referring to who? I'm waiting for answers. Y, yes, Y is 215. How about angle A and X? Actually, A and X should be quite straightforward. Because A is just alternate angles here, right? So A is 35. Alternate angles, parallel lines. Then you can find X already. Angles on straight line. So 180 degree minus 35 degrees. Angle B you can use interior angles between parallel lines. So 145 degrees. Can you see? Hello. Last part angle Y. (360° minus angle B using angles at a point. Okay, I don't like cola.
Ice lemon tea is nice. I don't like gassy drinks. Ice lemon tea is nice if it's like not those very very sweet kind. I like the tea taste more. Okay, those who are done, please move on to question 3. It's not difficult lah. It just look complicated, but it's like red. It's the same thing as red. So hot. Okay, 2 hour 30 minutes. Yep. Good luck for your PSLE. Yes. Oh. Okay, there's no leniency given. Like, you mean you can go to G3 next year, or if not, you can just work hard for the end of year, right? Then you can go to G3 next year. Qian, you're at which level now? JC? Okay. JC definitely is more difficult. Okay, question 3. A motorist traveled from town A to town B and then from town B to town C. The journey from town A to town B, which was 2/5 of the journey from town A to town C, was completed in 1 hour 30 minutes. And then the distance between town B and C is 180 km, and the average speed for the whole journey from A to C is 75 km per hour. Find the average speed in kilometer per hour the motorist of the journey from town A to town B. So this means, right, from town A to town B is 2 units when the distance from town A to town C is 5 units. So we can roughly sketch here A, B, C. If here is 2 units, the total is 5 units, means here is 3 units. And they give you the distance between town B and C, which is 180 km. So for part A, we can find the distance from town A to B. 3 units is 180, so we find 2 units, so 2 over 3 times 180 km. Okay, with the distance of A to B, we can find the average speed. Because they tell you the duration here already. So distance divided by time taken. 80 km per hour. Junyuan is primary school, is it? Tampines, yeah. I think it's near like Tampines West area. Mm. Okay, part B. Time taken from town B to C in hours and minutes. Okay, we have the average speed of the whole journey, 75 km per hour. We can find total time taken from A to C. Okay, using total distance 180 km plus 120 km, then divide by the average speed of 75 km per hour. So total is 4 hours, and you know the first part is 1 hour 30 minutes. So time taken B to C will be 4 hour minus 1 hour 30 minutes, 2 hour 30 minutes. Average speed of the motorist for the journey from town B to town C. So the distance between town B and C is 180 kilometers, and then it takes 2.5 hours. Okay, so we have 72 kilometers per hour. What's that? Okay. Please stop spamming. Yeah, I tried. I just click on the mute. Does it help? Can y'all still see? No more, right? Okay, that's good. Okay, are you trying question 4? Zheng Hong walked 2,500 meters and an average speed of 3 kilometers per hour. He then stopped and took a 15 minutes rest. Finally, he ran 1.5 kilometers in 10 minutes. Calculate his average speed in kilometers per hour for the total journey he covered. So you can see that this one is the only one with different units, so we change this to kilometer. Yep, that's Kahoot later. So we have to find the time taken for walk. Distance divided by speed. So 5 over 6 hours, which is 50 minutes. So we can find the total time taken throughout the journey. Don't forget to add the rest time, which is 15 minutes. Then last part is 10 minutes. So everything add up will give you 1 hour. Yeah, the Kahoot is for Sec 1 math. So average speed is always total distance divided by total time taken. So he walked 2.5 kilometer and he ran 1.5 kilometer. So total that's 4 kilometer. So average speed is 4 kilometer divided by 1.25 hour. We'll get 3/1/5 kilometer per hour. Those who are done can move on to question 5. Hi, welcome back. Why is not 70? Yep, 110 is correct. Mm. X is 70, Y is 110. Okay, so in the diagram, the lines A, B, and CD are parallel. Given that angle EFD is 90 degrees, angle CDF is 20 degrees, Calculate the values of x and y. So angle BFD equals to angle FDG using alternate angles. So here is actually 20. Then we know that this is 90 degree, we can find x. Angle FGD equals to angle EFB equals to 70 degrees. Using corresponding angles, AB parallel to CD. So y equals to 180 degree minus 70 degrees. Here is your 70. Okay, angles on straight line. Question 6. In the diagram, the lines A, B, and CD are parallel. Stating your reasons clearly, calculate the values of x, y, and z. Has anyone done this question? X will be using interior angle, so 180 degree minus 119 degrees. Then angle y. To find y, you can use exterior angle. So this 119 degree is the exterior angle for these two angles. So you should get 35 degree. Okay. So angle Z, right? You can find this angle first, then you find angle Z. Meaning to say you take 180 degree minus 84 degrees using angles on straight line. and then alternate angles. AB parallel to CD. So here is 96 degree, means here is also 96 degree. Okay, those were done. Move on to question 7. Question 7, AB is parallel to GF. I think there should be a G here. Then BC is parallel to DE. Angle BCD is 43 degrees. Angle DEG is 126 degrees. Calculate stating your results clearly and find angle ABC. This angle here. So what you can do is you extend this line. Okay, so using interior angle, you can find this angle here. And then after that, corresponding angle to find this angle. So angle ABC equals to 180 degree minus 126 degree. First part is interior angles, parallel lines, where AB is parallel to GF. Then after which corresponding angle. Which is using BC parallel to DE. Okay, so here is 54 degrees. Can? Using interior angles, we can find that this to add up to 180, then after which we use corresponding angle for part A. Part B, finding the reflex angle CDE. So they want this angle here. Okay, so using alternate angle, we know that this angle is 43 degrees. So we can find reflex angle CDE, 360 degree minus 43 degrees. So you are using alternate angles, DE parallel to BC, as well as angles at a point. Okay. cannot see what I'm writing. Is it too far to the left? Sorry, too far to the right. Can? Anyone still need this page? If not, we begin the Kahoot. All okay, yeah? Okay, the pin is 2597983. Or you can also scan the QR code to join the Kahoot. It's okay, they are just MCQ questions, so you can just give it a try. So for the giveaway, join the Kahoot with your name. If you are the top 3 winners, please screenshot your result and then you can DM us the screenshot on TikTok, or you can send it to this number to claim your gift. Only for the top 3, yeah? Or join with your name. But most importantly is you must remember to screenshot. Okay, if you are the top 3. Can I start the Kahoot now? Anyone still joining? Okay, let's begin. Yes. Okay, four of you got it wrong. Wow, not bad. Who's Kira? You'll just add everything up, huh? Okay. Well done. Okay, this is double points. Oh, not much changes to the podium, huh? So you must know what's an octagon first before you can work on this question. Not too bad. Who's Yi Yang here? Joe and Kira. Do remember to screenshot on the device using the devices that you have joined so that you can claim your gifts. Okay, let me show you again. So for the top 3, please screenshot your screen on the Kahoot. Okay, you can send the screenshot over to this number or send us via chat using TikTok. Okay, then next live will be on next coming Tuesday, 8 July, 7 p.m. It's a walkthrough of P6 Term 3 practice. So those who are Term 3 here, those who are P6 here, you can join this P6 Science live. And then we are still having this free trial, so you can, if you're P5, P6, Sec 1 or Sec 2, you can join this subjects here for the one online class. Okay, that's all for today's live. Bye bye.